Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've been a loyal Samsung user for years. I've owned Galaxy S4, the Note 8, the Note 10, S22, S23, and a bunch of other Samsung phones along the way. Right now, I'm rocking S24 Ultra, and it's an absolute beast. But when it comes to the latest and greatest, the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, well, let's just say it didn't live up to the hype. In fact, I'm not upgraded from my S24 Ultra. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why. First of all, the design is just so uninspired. It looks like any other Samsung phone, even some of their mid-range models like the A55. Where's the personality? Where's any wow factor? Samsung used to be known for its innovative and distinct designs, but the S25 Ultra just feels like they're playing it safe. Do you guys remember when the S24 Ultra was released? It had those subtle curves, those sharp corners. It had a real personality. This S25 Ultra is just a generic glass and a metal slab. It's like they took all the character out of it. They even rounded off the corners, which Samsung says brings it in the line with the rest of the phone, as if that's something to be proud of. And those flat edges, they make it so awkward to hold. Sure, the corners no longer dig into my wrist like they did on the S25 Ultra, but the rounded frame of the S24 Ultra was way more comfortable. The S25 Ultra just feels like a hunk of glass and titanium with no thought about how it actually feels in your hand. I get the way they were trying to address some of the criticism of the S24 Ultra design, but they went too far in the other direction. There has to be a better solution. One thing I'll give them credit for is that the S25 Ultra is noticeably lighter and thinner than the S24 Ultra. That's definitely a welcome change and it makes the phone feel more premium, but honestly it's not enough to make up for the overall blandness of the design. Plus, we could have had more battery life. That would have been more preferred personally. And speaking of premium, the S25 Ultra now has a titanium frame, which is supposed to be more durable than aluminium frame on the S25 Ultra. That's a nice touch, but again, it's not a game changer. Overall, the Samsung Ultra design's a mixed bag. It's lighter, thinner and more durable, but it's also less distinctive and less comfortable to hold. For a phone that's supposed to be pinnacle of Samsung smartphone lineup, I expect more, I expect new, I expect some changes. It's just going backwards in my opinion. And then there's the hardware. Samsung has made some interesting choices this year. They've got the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, which is supposed to be a big upgrade. But let's be real, the 8th Gen 3 was already incredibly powerful. Most people wouldn't even notice the difference. Meanwhile, other companies are actually pushing things forward. Look at the OnePlus 13, same chip but with a bigger battery, crazy fast charging and even better water resistance. The competitors like Xiaomi and Vivo are blowing Samsung out the water with zoom capabilities, those giant telephoto lenses. Amazing. Samsung's just falling behind every year. Samsung keeps talking about AI this and AI that, but also decided to stick with only 12 gigabytes of RAM. Come on guys, it's the new AI era. 16 gigabytes is becoming the standard. And the cameras, a slightly better ultra-wide lens, and that's it. And then there's battery life, charging speeds, identical to last year, while OnePlus is using these new silicon carbon batteries that charge twice as fast and last way longer. Samsung's not even trying. The screen size has increased a little bit, but they haven't improved the resolution, the refresh rate, or the brightness. And the new Pro Scaler tech they're touting sound like the same old image upscaling we've seen for years. I can't figure out if Samsung is deliberately ignoring the competition or just doesn't care. Either way, it's not a good look. And if you watch the presentation, they kept talking about the log video recording and virtual aperture stuff, also AI. Who cares? These are niche features that most people won't even use, plus other phones have had them for years. I'm not sure if they can come up with anything apart from AI this year. Maybe they're just arrogant, thinking that customers will stick around no matter what, or maybe they're putting all their eggs in the AI basket, hoping that those features will be enough to attract buyers, but personally, I'm not buying it. Now, let's talk about the big selling point for the Samsung S25 Ultra. You've guessed it, AI. But hold on, it's not that simple. Samsung is pushing two AI assistants at the same time, Gemini and Bixby. Yeah, it's confusing as it sounds. They say Gemini is for general web searches and complex tasks, while Bixby is for phone functionality like changing settings, but in my experience, it's not that clear cut. I tried asking Gemini to change the font size and it couldn't do it. Bixby, on the other hand, did it without a hitch. So why have two assistants if they can't communicate with each other? And then there's this whole cross-app experience thing. Basically, you ask Gemini to do things that require multiple apps, like finding Arsenal match schedule and adding it to your calendar. Sounds cool, but the phone makers have been promising this kind of functionality for years. Will it actually work this time? I'm a bit hesitant. They also have this new app called Now Brief that gives you a morning and evening summary of your day with weather, calendar events, news, and even suggestions for changing your alarm time. It's like Google Now on tap, but with Samsung's twist. Again, not exactly groundbreaking. And don't forget all the other AI features: drawing assist, AI select, audio eraser, generative edit. They all sound impressive, but most of them are just playing catch up to Apple and Google Pixel phones. Plus, how often are we going to use this? How many people are going to rely on them? How of a big change are they going to make to your daily life? Oh, and here's the kicker: Samsung is planning to charge a subscription fee for some of the AI features in the future. So not only are you going to pay for the premium for the phone, but you also have to pay extra to use all these features. And we have no idea what the fee is going to be like. It could be £5 a month. It could be £20 a month. So basically you have to pay a subscription to use basic functionality of the phone that's been advertised. So they're selling us a new phone and they're trying to hype up these AI features, but you will not be able to keep them for long if you're not going to pay a monthly subscription. But here's the thing: Samsung has already said that they're going to bring lots of these AI features to all the Galaxy phone. So if you have an S24 Ultra or even S23 Ultra, you might not even need to upgrade to get the latest, greatest AI experience. I'm guessing they will delay them for a while, so people buy the S25 Ultra, but then they will come to the older models, and you can pay the subscription fee if you want them without having to pay a premium for a new phone. Overall, I'm not impressed with the Samsung's AI strategy. It's confusing, unoriginal, and potentially expensive. I'd rather stick with my S25 Ultra and its simpler, more reliable features. Plus, I can pay for any AI features in the future if I really want them. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room: the price. Samsung is keeping the starting price of the S25 Ultra at $1,300, which on the surface might seem reasonable, but when you consider what you're getting for that price, it's hardly to justify, honestly, especially when you compare it to other flagship phones like the OnePlus 13 or Pixel 9 Pro, which offer similar or even better specs for a lot less money. And here's the kicker: the S24 Ultra is now much cheaper, like hundreds of dollars cheaper, and is almost identical to S25 Ultra and better. So why not save some cash and get your last year model? You'll get amazing performance, a great camera, and years of software updates. Now let's talk about another area where the S25 Ultra falls short: the cameras. Don't get me wrong, the cameras are still good, but they're not significant upgrade over the S24 Ultra. The S24 Ultra already had fantastic camera system. It topped our camera benchmark test and it takes amazing photos. So what did Samsung change for the S25 Ultra? Well, they bumped up the ultra wide camera from 12 megapixel to 550 megapixel, and that's about it. Sure, the new ultra wide camera might be a bit better, but it's a game changer? Not really. The main camera, the telephoto lens, the front-facing camera, they're all basically the same as last year. Meanwhile, other companies are pushing the boundaries for smartphone cameras with new sensors, new lenses, and new software features. Samsung just seems to be resting, and that's a shame. They did add some new filters that you can apply to your photo after you take them, which is fine, I guess, but it's not exactly groundbreaking. Overall, the S25 Ultra cameras are a missed opportunity. They're good, but they're not that great. And for a phone that costs this much, expect more. I would rather go with the Pixel camera or the Vivo X200 or even Xiaomi Ultra 14. But here's something else that's bothering me about the S25 Ultra. It feels like Samsung is forgetting about its most loyal fans. I'm talking about the Note users. Remember the Galaxy Note series? The phones were legendary. They had powerful processors, huge screens, expandable storage, headphone jacks. They were the ultimate productive machine. And of course there was the S Pen, which opened up a whole world of creative and functionality. But ever since Samsung merged the Note series into the S series, it feels like they've been slowly chipping away at what made the Note so special. They got rid of the headphone jack, they got rid of the expandable storage, and now they're removing the feature from the S Pen. The S25 Ultra S Pen doesn't have Bluetooth LE support anymore. That means no more air actions, no more remote camera controls. A serious downgrade for the Note users who relied on those features. It's like Samsung is saying, we don't care about you, Note users. Just buy our latest S-series phone and be happy with it. But a lot of Note users aren't happy. They feel abandoned and they're starting to look at other brands. And you know what? I don't blame them. There's other phones out there that cater to the needs of power users, phones with big screens, stylish sport, and all the bells and whistles that Note users love. Samsung needs to wake up and realize it's risking losing a huge chunk of their loyal customer base. So there you have it. Those are all the reasons why I'm not upgrading to the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. It's not a bad phone, but let's be real, it's a huge disappointment, especially for the price. The design is bland, the hardware is barely improved, the AI is confusing mess, the cameras are a joke, and Samsung seems to have completely forgotten about its loyal Note users. Seriously, Samsung, what are you doing? If you're looking for a new phone, do yourself a favor and look elsewhere. The OnePlus 13, the Pixel 9 Pro, even the Nothing Phone 2, they all offer more for your money. You can also go back to older Samsung phones like the S24 Ultra, S23 Ultra, and so on. I know some of you might disagree with me, and that's okay, but I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think of the S25 Ultra? Am I being a bit too harsh? Let me know in the comments, especially if you're a die-hard Note user. I want to hear how you feel about Samsung ditching all these great features. And if you agree with me, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more honest tech reviews and opinions, because let's face it, someone has to call out these companies when they're not delivering.